It was one of those golden autumn afternoons when the sunlight poured over the quiet streets of Savannah, Georgia. The air was warm but breezy, filled with the scent of fallen leaves and the occasional whiff of gasoline from the small corner repair shops. On the side of an old brick street, a shiny 1969 Ford Mustang, jet black, its chrome glinting like a blade, was parked with its hood open. Behind the wheel stood Alexander Grant, a man whose name was whispered across boardrooms and Fortune 500 magazines. A self-made millionaire, Alexander was known for his ruthlessness in business, but also for his obsession with classic cars. But right now, the millionaire looked utterly defeated. His beloved Mustang, his pride and joy, had stalled, cuffing out black smoke only a mile away from the private auction he was supposed to attend. The car was priceless, and though Alexander could have bought 10 mechanics with a swipe of a card, none were around. His phone had no signal, and for once in his gilded life, money couldn't immediately solve the problem. "Damn it," he muttered, slamming the hood shut with a metallic clang. "Not today." As he stood there, his silk shirt sticking to his back, he heard a small voice. "You shouldn't close it like that. You'll dent the hood." Startled, Alexander turned. Standing on the sidewalk was a little girl, maybe 10 or 11 years old. Her dark curls framed her round face, and her clothes, a faded yellow hoodie and jeans that had seen better days, suggested she wasn't T from the wealthier part of town. Her sneakers had holes at the toes, but her eyes, wide, brown, and filled with something fierce, sparkled with a confidence that surprised him. "And what would you know about cars, little lady?" Alexander asked, with a faint smirk. The girl shrugged. "My daddy used to fix them. He taught me some stuff." "That's a Mustang, right?" 1969 Fastback. Sweet ride." Alexander raised an eyebrow. He hadn't expected that. "Impressive. Most grown men couldn't tell you the year of this car." "What's your name?" "Amara," she said simply. "Well, Amara, unless you've got a garage hidden in that hoodie of yours, I'm stuck here." Amara stepped closer, peering under the hood. "You flooded it. Too much gas. You gotta let it breathe." Alexander laughed. "You think you can fix a millionaire's car, huh?" She ignored his sarcasm, pulling herself up onto the front bumper with surprising ease. Her small hands poked around, checking connections, adjusting the carburetor. "See, the problem isn't the car," she explained. "It's how you drive it. Classics are like people. You can't just rush them. You gotta listen." Alexander found himself watching her with a strange mix of amusement and awe. This little girl, barely half his height, was speaking to him like she'd been born in a garage. After a few adjustments, Amara looked at him. "Try it." Not skeptical but curious, Alexander slid back into the driver's seat, turned the key. The Mustang roared to life. Smooth, powerful, alive again. His jaw dropped. Amara grinned, wiping her greasy fingers on her jeans. "Told you." For the first time in years, Alexander burst into laughter. Genuine, unrestrained. He stepped out, shaking his head. "You're full of surprises, Amara." But then his laughter stopped. His sharp eyes noticed something glinting on her left hand. A ring. Not a toy ring, not plastic, but a delicate gold band with a small diamond. "Where did you get that?" he asked, his tone suddenly serious. Amara quickly hid her hand in her pocket, but it was too late. "It was my mom's," she said softly. Alexander felt a strange chill. Something in her voice wasn't ordinary. "Your mom, where is she?" Amara's smile faded. Her big eyes turned downcast. "She passed away last year. Cancer. Daddy's gone to accident at the plant." She hesitated, then whispered, "I live with my aunt. Now she doesn't really care much, but I keep the ring so I don't forget Mom." The words hit Alexander harder than he expected. For a moment he saw not just a little girl but himself, a boy who once grew up on the streets after his own parents died young. He had clawed his way out of poverty, built an empire, but along the way, he had buried the child inside him. And here she was, a little black girl with grease on her fingers, wearing her late mother's wedding ring. keeping alive a memory that money could never replace. Silence stretched between them. The Mustang's engine purred steadily, almost as if listening. Finally, Alexander knelt to her eye level. "Amara, do you know what this car means to me?" She shook her head. "This Mustang belonged to my father. He used to drive me to school in it. Before life got complicated, I thought fixing it, keeping it alive, would keep him alive too. But I guess," he swallowed hard, "I guess I forgot the most important part. Cars are like people, you said. You have to listen." Amara's eyes softened. "Maybe you just needed someone to remind you." At that moment, Alexander made a decision. "You're special, Amara. Don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. I'd like to help you. Not just with money, but with everything. School. Dreams. Do you have a dream?" She hesitated, then whispered, "I want to be a mechanic, like my dad. But also an engineer. Build cars that change the world." Alexander smiled, the kind of smile that could move mountains. "Then that's exactly what you'll do." From that day forward, Amara's life changed. Alexander took her under his wing, not as a charity case, but as family. He enrolled her in the best schools, introduced her to engineers, and gave her access to workshops most kids could only dream of. Yet, he never let her forget her roots, her strength, or ere Mother S ring the symbol of love, loss, and resilience. Years later, at her graduation from MIDI, Amara stood on stage, her mother's ring shining under the lights. In the front row sat Alexander, older now, but with tears in his eyes, as she spoke. "This ring I send to, just a memory. It's a promise that no matter where we come from, no matter how small we feel, we are capable of greatness. I fixed a millionaire's car once, but really, he helped fix me too." The audience erupted in applause, and somewhere, in the echo of that applause, the spirit of her parents seemed to smile.